Alkaline diet, what is it and a list of food that are alkaline promoting. Logie Jamie is a personal trainer and health coach with a degree in kinesiology and food and nutrition. Read full profile. There are many different diets out there, but the term diet can be quite negative as it alludes to restricting or denying yourself. The approach to take is a healthy eating lifestyle. It's more about including as much beneficial nutrition as possible, and that's what the alkaline diet is. In this article I'll give a quick breakdown along with a list of alkaline foods. What is the alkaline diet? The simple definition of eating alkaline is consuming foods that put your body in more of an alkaline state as opposed to an acidic state. When you're in an acidic state, it can make your body vulnerable to illness and disease. We measure whether something is acidic or alkaline on the pH scale, and if you can transport yourself back to high school, the pH scale goes like this. If it's been a while, you can be forgiven for not remembering what acid is, but you are not forgiven for the acid-washed jeans you wore in high school. People who support the alkaline diet say that when you replace acidic foods with alkaline ones, you can really improve your health. The first step is eliminating those foods that can be seen to cause an acidic state in the body. Not surprisingly, that would include things like refined grains and sugars, processed foods, and alcohol. Also on the list would be. What you are looking at here are real whole foods that can fit into a mostly vegetarian lifestyle. It can also accommodate vegans with it not including dairy. Ideally, you want to for the best stuff you can find, specifically local and organic. A lot of these things you can even grow yourself to save some money while you're at it. Ideally, you want to keep your body in an alkaline state, and your blood is always at that state, being around 7.34-7.45 on the pH scale. Your stomach, on the other hand, is highly acidic. Around 2-3.5. This is critical though, as the hydrochloric acid in the stomach needs to be that way to break down food. The problem that arises is that your urine pH and blood pH can be different. A urine pH reading does not indicate the same thing in the blood. The urine measurement may be high, but that doesn't give a good indicator of body pH and your overall health. There's really nothing you can do to change your blood pH, as your body will regulate that itself. Another issue is the possibility of being deficient in other nutrients when you cut out quite a wide variety of foods. But even if you are a full-on carnivore, your diet should still be plant-based. You are wanting to include many of these alkaline food each day for optimal health. You should be aiming for double-digit servings of non-starchy vegetables each day. The foods listed as alkaline are good for you, so should be included daily, and if you do consume animal proteins, you want to look for the cleanest sources possible. Ideally grass-fed and finished animals that are free from hormones. One of the main things the alkaline diet is based around is not just about what it includes but what it does not include. There aren't any processed and junk snack foods. There isn't any fast food, refined carbohydrates, alcohol or trans fats. There isn't any high fructose corn syrup or artificial flavors and sweeteners. It's focused on real whole foods that are nutrient dense and natural. As far as diets go, it's pretty good because of what it promotes. When you start eliminating those things is when you can start seeing some improvements in your health. When you make it a point to include things off this list of alkaline foods each day, you make it easier for your body to run optimally and for you to feel your best. When you combine this with good exercise, reducing stress, and getting quality sleep, you start getting yourself on the road to true wellness. Remember, you always want to check with your doctor before embarking on something new as it pertains to your health. Julie McCormick is a writer and co-owner of the Cleveland Leader, a Technorati Top 1000 site. Read full profile. Have you ever noticed that some people are able to effortlessly remember even the most mundane details and quickly comprehend new things? Well, you can too. Learning how to improve memory isn't as difficult as you might think. To unlock the full potential of your brain, you need to keep it active and acute. Wasting time on your couch watching mindless television shows or scrolling through social media is not going to help. Besides getting out flashcards, what can you do to help remember things better and learn new things more quickly? Check out these 10 effective strategies on how to improve memory. Physical activities don't just exercise the body, but it also helps to exercise your brain. Obesity and the myriad of diseases that eventually set in as a result of being overweight can cause serious harm to the brain. So when learning how to improve memory, exercise is king. Furthermore, without regular exercise, plaque starts to build up in your arteries, and your blood vessels begin to lose the ability to regulate blood flow. Plaque buildup reduces the amount of oxygen and nutrients that your blood carries to your brain. When the nutrients don't make it there, the brain's ability to function is compromised. One study in particular found that exercising 4 hours after learning significantly improved memory retention. The researchers suggested that appropriately timed physical exercise can improve long-term memory and highlight the potential of exercise as an intervention in educational and clinical settings. To improve your memory, make sure you get moving every day. Even if it's just a brisk walk. It'll help you maintain and increase your mental acuity. Brisk walking, swimming, and dancing are all excellent activities. If you have trouble finding time to fit in a workout, check out this article, 5 Ways to Find Time for Exercise. Any risk factors that cause you major stress, like anger or anxiety, will, in time, begin to eat away the parts of your brain that are responsible for memory. Amongst the most brain-damaging stressors is depression, which is actually often misdiagnosed as a memory problem since one of its primary symptoms is the inability to concentrate. One study assessed memory in 3,999 veterans and found that depressive symptoms, without anxiety, had an adverse effect on immediate recall of new information and the total amount, but not rate, of acquisition. If you can't concentrate, then you might feel like you are constantly forgetting things. Depression increases the levels of cortisol in your bloodstream, which elevates the cortisol levels in the brain. Doctors have found that increased cortisol diminishes certain areas of the brain, especially the hippocampus, which is where short-term memories are stored. Prolonged depression can thus destroy your brain's ability to remember anything new. Seek professional help to combat your depression and any stressors causing it. Your brain will thank you. Getting a consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night will help you in your task of learning how to improve memory. During sleep, the brain firms up memories of recently acquired information, especially during REM sleep. Getting enough sleep will help you get through the full spectrum of nocturnal cycles that are essential to optimal brain and body functioning during the waking hours. On the contrary, sleep deprivation can put a huge dent in your ability to form memories. Another helpful strategy is to take a nap during the day, especially after learning something new. This can also help you to retain those memories, as well as recharge your brain and keep it sharper longer. However, the length of your nap is also very important. Scientists, in one study, found that people who napped for 30 to 90 minutes experienced better word recall. 50 to 60% of the brain's overall weight is pure fat, which is used to insulate its billions of nerve cells. The better insulated a cell is, the faster it can send messages, and the quicker you can think. This is precisely why parents are advised to feed their young children whole milk and to restrict dieting. Their brains need fat to grow and work properly. Skimping on fats can be devastating, even to the adult brain. Thus, eating foods that contain a healthy mix of fats is vital for long-term memory. Some excellent food choices include fish, especially anchovies, mackerel, and wild salmon, and dark, leafy green vegetables. Deep-fried foods obviously contain fat, but their lack of nutritional value is not going to help your brain or your body. So think healthy foods and fats first. According to Larry McCleary, MD, author of the Brain Trust Program, an egg is the ideal breakfast. Eggs contain B vitamins, which help nerve cells burn glucose, antioxidants that protect neurons against damage, and omega-3 fatty acids that keep nerve cells firing at optimal speed. If you want to learn how to improve memory, breakfast is incredibly important. Other foods to add to your breakfast include fruits, veggies, and lean proteins. Avoid trans fats and high fructose corn syrup. Trans fats diminish the brain cells' ability to communicate with each other. And one study found that HFCS can actually damage the brain by promoting brain insulin resistance. Having a healthy breakfast in the morning has been shown to improve performance throughout the day. Don't skimp on this important meal. Nowadays, it's fairly uncommon to write down notes with a pen and paper. When we go to class or meetings, we take our laptops and use that to mark down important ideas. However, recent research has suggested that may be doing us more harm than good. One 2014 study found that even when laptops are used solely to take notes, they may still be impairing learning because their use results in shallower processing. You can start a journal, write yourself emails, or even start keeping a blog. All of these activities will help to improve your capacity to remember and memorize information. Most importantly, if you're going to class or to a big meeting, consider taking notes by hand instead of on your computer. Research shows that certain types of music are very helpful in recalling memories. Information that is learned while listening to a particular song or collection can often be recalled by thinking of the song or playing it mentally. Songs and music can serve as cues for pulling up particular memories. If you're looking into learning how to improve memory, this can be a great thing to try. Listening to music has been shown to specifically benefit the memorization of words. One study found that young adults who listened to music while memorizing a list of words, as opposed to listening to environmental sounds or silence, performed better when asked to recall the words. Next time you have to memorize a speech of want to compete in a spelling bee, try listening to music while studying. You may be surprised by how much it helps. Pay attention to photographers, charts and other graphics that might appear in your textbook, or if you're not studying a book, try to pull up a mental image of what it is you are trying to remember. It might also help to draw your own charts or figures, or utilize colors and highlighters to group related ideas in your notes. Another strong visualization technique for memory is the memory palace. This essentially involves imagining a place you know well, your house or a former school. For example, listing distinctive features of the place in your mind, and begin to associate those features with things you want to remember. Then, when you need to recall information, you simply go to the specific room or object where you stored the information in your mind, and it will come to you. For more information on how to build a memory palace, check out this article, How to Build a Memory Palace to Remember More of Everything. Reading material out loud has been shown to significantly improve memory of the material. Expanding further upon this idea is the fact that psychologists and educators have found that by having students teach new concepts to others, it helps to enhance understanding and recall. One study pointed out that this increased memory specifically because it forced students to recall the information in order to teach it. Teach new concepts and information to a friend or study partner, and you'll find you remember the information a lot better. Studies have shown that doing crossword puzzles, reading, or playing cards on a daily basis helps to delay memory loss, especially in those who experience cognitive decline in the form of dementia. So, pick up the daily newspaper and work on that crossword puzzle. Read a book, or enjoy a game of solitaire if you want to boost your memory. Everyone has the ability to learn how to improve memory and boost their brain power. And everyone will find that different strategies work for them. Try out some of the above in order to get a feel for what works for you. Current biology, physical exercise performed 4 hours after learning improves memory retention and increases hippocampal pattern similarity during retrieval. Archives of Clinical Neuropsychology, the effects of depression and anxiety on memory performance. Sleep medicine, memory, sleep and dreaming, experiencing consolidation. Johns Hopkins Medicine, can a nap boost brain health? Current neuropharmacology, impact of dietary fats on brain functions. Nutrients, dietary omega-3 fatty acid deficiency and high fructose intake in the development of metabolic syndrome, brain metabolic abnormalities, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Psychological science, the pen is mightier than the keyboard, advantages of longhand over laptop note-taking. Musicae scientiae, the positive effect of music on source memory. Applied cognitive psychology, the learning benefits of teaching, a retrieval practice. Hypothesis J in neuropsychal SOC, association of crossword puzzle participation with memory decline in persons who develop dementia. Text source, lifehack.org.